Hi boys and girls. I wanted to talk to you today about spring. I have a Scholastic News here that I wanted to read to you and with you today, and it's going to focus on our new season called spring. Okay, the last time we were together it wasn't spring yet, it was still winter. But since we've been apart, the season has changed and it's now springtime. So before we read our Let's Find Out Scholastic News, I wanted you to just think about your background knowledge of spring. And remember, your background knowledge is what you already know about springtime or about things that you might see in the spring. So those are things that you learned maybe from another story, maybe from your grown-ups, maybe from a video, maybe from a movie you've watched. So just think for a minute about things you already know about spring. Okay, so we're gonna get ready to read this Let's Find Out Scholastic News together. And the title is, If You See a Spring Flower. So if you look at the cover of this, it's a photograph. We know that Scholastic News is nonfiction and it's going to have photographs. It's going to have some real pictures that will teach us some things. So look at the picture and tell somebody near you or think about what you notice happening in the picture. Good. Yes, there is a little girl and she's sniffing a flower that is in bloom. It is bloomed and it's springtime. We know flowers will bloom in the springtime. Okay, so let's find out what happens if you see a spring flower. And then it says you might bend down and sniff it. And that's what she's doing. Okay, let's open up. And we're gonna take a peek. We're gonna look right now at the rectangle that's purple, which is the same picture as the cover. If you bend down to sniff the flower, you might see a worm on the ground, and that word is worm. So a worm is another sign of spring. See if you can see it. Good. Okay. Let's go to the yellow rectangle. If a worm is on the ground, a bird might hop over and snatch it up. And the bold-faced word is bird. And you can think in your mind if you've ever seen a bird do this. I was looking in my backyard yesterday and I saw birds picking at the ground, and I suspect that they were eating worms. Okay, we're gonna come right over to the green rectangle. Take a look for a minute and just study that picture. Study means to look at it and think about it. Okay, now let's see what the words say. If a bird snatches up the worm, it might fly it to its nest and feed its chicks. Good. Okay, let's go over to the last rectangle. Take a look at what you notice. Be thinking about it. Okay, let's see what the words say. If you look up to see it feed its chicks, you might see more spring flowers. Good. So through all of these pictures, these have showed us some things that happen in the springtime. Okay, and you can notice them and think about, have you ever noticed these things happening before? And are you noticing them happening now that it's springtime? All right, good work. Okay, so down at the bottom here, we have a diagram. We have a picture with a label, and it says daffodil, and that's the name of this yellow flower. And this says big word bloom. So the word that we're going to talk about is bloom. In spring, flowers bloom. That means they grow and open up. Here are some of the first flowers to bloom in spring. So daffodil is one of the flowers you might start to see if you take a walk with your family or just in your own yard. They are starting to bloom. Okay, let's look down at the bottom over here. We have more diagrams. This purple flower is called a crocus. Tulip. And here's a little bird with the talking bubble, a speech bubble. Oh, I hear my chicks peeping. They must be hungry. Can you peep like chicks? Can you do that? Can you sound like a chick? Peep, 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 peep. Yeah, good. All right, let's find out what we're gonna do on the back. Oh, it's some spelling, some phonics. Let's go up to the top and over to the left and read. Say it, spell it, write it. Say the name of the picture, color the letters to spell it, then write the word. We colored the first letter for you. Hint, the words are in the magazine. Each word has 4 letters. Okay, so if you'd like to play along or participate, if you want to take a minute and go get maybe a piece of paper or a marker or a writing tool, go ahead. If you just want to watch Mrs. Horan do it and do it with me like that, that's fine too. Okay, I'm going to get my marker, so I'll give you a minute to do that. Okay, here we go. First, we're going to say it. Bird. Then we're going to spell it. So this is where we need to stretch it out like bubble gum. The B is already highlighted. See the B? B-er. What do you hear? It is an R, but there's always a vowel before the R. So in this case, it's I-R. Okay, so we have B-er-d. D. What letter? You got it. D like dog. Okay, now I'm going to write those letters on the write it line. B-I-R-D. Bird. Let's read that together. Bird. Okay, our next word, we're going to say it. Worm. And now we need to spell it. So we need to stretch it out like bubble gum. W-erm. W. W. What letter? Yep, W, just like wind. W-er. Another R, but there's going to be a vowel first. So we're going to highlight R, but we need to highlight the vowel. Well, the only vowel there is O. O is before R. W-er-m. You know man. Yes, M, man, M. Good work. Okay. W-O-R-M. What does that word spell, boys and girls? Read that word. Worm. Let's read what we have so far. Bird, worm. Okay, one more. Nest. Okay, let's stretch it out like bubble gum. N-E-S-T. Nest. What letter, friends? N. Good work. Yes, E like an ed. Vowels can be hard, but you got it. S. Snake. S. Nest. T. Good work. One of our first letters we learned. Okay, let's write it down. N. E. S. T. What word is that, boys and girls? Nest. Good work. Let's read our words. Bird, worm, nest. Nice job. Time for the bonus. Okay, the bonus. This word has 5 letters in it. What could it be? Do you see those letters? 5 of them spell a word. There's a flower there, and we learned that flowers can bloom. Let's see if we have the letters for bloom. B, B. Ooh, there's a B. B, L. There's an L. Bl, ooh. Ooh, like in zoo. Or boo. O-O. Bloom. M. Good work. Let's write that down. B, L, O, O. I'm going to put it down just for a minute to get that last letter, M. Read that word, everybody. bloom. Okay, good work, friends. Nice job. So we just talked about spring, and the Scholastic News gave us some really cool photographs about things that we notice in the spring, like worms and flowers blooming and birds in nests that are being born or hatched. So if you play outside today, if you go outside in your yard and you play outside, I want you to be thinking about noticing spring signs. Start looking around and just paying attention and looking for maybe some flowers that are blooming, a daffodil or a crocus, or maybe there's a bird trying to get a worm out of the ground. See if you can notice some things about spring, okay? All right, friends, have a great day. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.